What, do you remember what I said the last game? What we did too much of?
Turn the ball over.
Dribbling. Dribble. So we really worked on our offense in terms of making good passes, and we watched a lot of film where Fati and Mir were wide open. They weren't passing it. And so you see tonight they got the ball. So we just worked on it and worked on it and worked on it because Auburn head coach and Texas head coach both work for Gary Blair as assistants, and Gary Blair taught them that their defense, and so we had to really work on our offense. I mean, I thought we did a decent job defensively. They move a lot faster than Texas, but it really came down to, three people. Obviously, it was Mia being in the game in the second half. Her getting in foul trouble does not help us, right? Obviously, Damari was missing her threes, and then she hit 2 in the second half. So that was huge because we told her to keep shooting. And then last game, we only went to the foul line 4 times. This game, we went 24. So those were keys to our game. I thought Fati played really well, too. She played really well for us today.
Can you kind of talk about Roxanne's game? She's pretty reliable from the line, really 9 for 11, and just the overall impact you think she had.
Yeah, so I don't know if you watch very much, but we have to keep moving her to the 3 and the 4 and the 3 and the 4 and the 3 and the 4, and so that's something nobody does. Goes to play the post and then plays a guard. That's hard to do, especially defensively in our matchup. So she did a really good job, and the person that was guarding was exactly who we thought was guarding her. So we really wanted the ball in her hands, and I was running sets for her to go downhill and and drive on that kid and get to the basket and draw fouls, and she did a great job.
So, what was the message throughout the game? They had the lead for, 34 minutes of the game. So, what was, the constant message to the team?
Keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. Be intense, keep fighting. Stay with the game plan, stay with the game plan. And then you'd have to ask her what they were saying to each other in the huddles. But that was it. And I think the second half, especially in the fourth quarter, the first half, we didn't want them to pressure the ball too much because they were drivers, but then at about, 4 or 5 minutes, I was like, pressure the ball, get out there. And then our press really slowed them down. They turned it over, and then they were starting the offense about, 18, which is great. And then they couldn't get all their movement in. And we got one of those 20-second calls. That was big. That 20-second call was a huge call for us.
You guys pulled this one out after, it's a close win over Missouri, close win over Arkansas. When you guys get in these close games, you do have a knack for kind of pulling them out at the end. What's the key to staying composed in those big moments?
Her. It's just what she's saying in those timeouts, what's, in the huddle-ups, what she's talking about in those, and just, kind of just fighting. I mean, that's kind of the word we use the whole time.
Yeah, go ahead. Roxanne had a season high with 36 minutes. What was that decision like, just sticking with her throughout the last stretch of the game?
Well, she was doing well, and then, like I said before, you could switch her to the 4 and the 5 defensively. Against Texas, it was almost impossible to put her at the 4 because they were huge, right? And so this team wasn't as big, and then we got, what's her name, Gaston in foul trouble, so that really helped us. And anytime Fati came in, they put in number 20. So I thought that was great, too, putting her in. So we just really told Roxy to, like I said, expose the person that was guarding her the whole time, and she did a great job of that, and making her free throws, drawing fouls.
Any questions for Asia? Yeah, go ahead.
Seems like Mia played a really big role for you guys in the fourth quarter. She had 2 free throws, and boy, Joyce cut it to 7, and she has a big and 1. A lot of emotion on the floor from her after that play. What does it say about her individually? She brings that energy for you guys, and how big was the spark that she gave you guys in the fourth quarter?
I think she plays a really prominent role. First of all, hello guys. I actually see one of my professors I had last semester. Hello.
Did you give her an A?
No, I got a good grade in that class. But
I'm kidding.
But going back to Mia, she just plays with a lot of grit, and she plays hard, and that just goes into the testimony of who we are as a team. And so she really is a spark for us, and we can always lean on her and depend on her in every situation. And she gets us going with those those and ones, and that energy, and it just gets us all fired up.
She got a big steal, too.
She did.
I'm going through things in my head now. That was a huge steal.
Yeah, she was big time for us tonight.
Go ahead, front row. Yeah.
After y'all picked up that offensive rebound with 17 seconds left, and you all had the opportunity to take a timeout, and what was it like in the huddle? What were you talking about? How was the energy?
Oh, it's always calm. I try to keep my teammates calm, just because in those moments, like, there's a lot of pressure. But pressure is nothing. Like, it's just made up false things in your head. It's just like, just take that moment. Like, we got this, and we believe that we can win the game, and we just got to stay poised.
Asia, how much does it mean to get this win on senior day in your last home game?
Oh, man, it's so precious, and it's a privilege to be here for sure. So I don't take any moment for granted. Like, through the wins and losses, I always appreciate it. Like, even through the hard times, like, I know I'm here for a reason, and I just love my teammates.
Yeah, go ahead.
The biggest score in row for y'all was at the end of the game to seal that win. You talked about staying composed. Again, what do you say, what the staff say, what you say to each other that continues to, just, as you said earlier, pull out those close SEC wins?
Oh yeah, I mean, a couple of them went to the free throw line at the end. Like, I wasn't involved in that, but I just tell them, like, it's in you. It's not on you. It's in you. And so they went to the free throw line, knocked them down, and they won the game for us.
I mean, I would have run up to her, but their best defender was guarding her the whole time, which she should have guarded her the whole time, right? So you kind of play chess match with the opposing team and who's guarding who.
Asia, a lot of your teammates walked out with you there for the senior day ceremony at the beginning of the game. What did that really mean to you to have 6 of your teammates from your side as you walked across? You had a big embrace with Coach Avinger, obviously. What did that mean to you?
Oh, it means everything. I mean, I go to war with those girls every single day, so it just shows them how much they love me and how much they have my back, and, I'm going to give the same to them.
As a senior, seeing this freshman class come in, especially Trinity China plays guard just like you,
Mhm.
what have you seen from her to be able to teach her that she can take your own forward?
I really just tell her never lose herself, and I always tell her, even when she's struggling at times, just to be her, because she's so special and she has so much talent, just like all the other freshmen on the team, Mia, Maya, everybody, Summer, India, all of them have something special that they bring to this team, and honestly, I'm excited for the future because they're already a step above everybody else, including me.
And Coach A, what does it mean to have Trinity from Orlando? Obviously, you're to see it for a while.
Well, what Asia doesn't know, what Asia's gonna do is we're gonna make a nice key, like a really fancy one that Asia could give to Trinity, because Asia's gonna have to hand this team over to Trinity. I mean, she's gonna be our starting point guard. She's gonna have to do that, right? So she's amazing. I know she struggled a little bit today, and she doesn't get mad at herself. She gets mad when she lets the team down, Trinity. Right, and that's what Asia's saying. She just tries to keep her head up as best she can. And, today Roxy was just playing so well. So, we had to sub her in and out. And so we just got to keep Trinity's head up, which she will. She will. But, I mean, that's a big thing that Trinity got to learn from Asia this whole year. That's huge, and not just X and O's and all the stuff off the court, but Asia's pace. That's how Trinity has to play, for the next 3 years. She's going to have to play at a high-level pace. And I think what's interesting with Trin, they usually tend to put the best player on her defensively. Mm-hmm. Today it was her. But they always put somebody taller and longer on Trinity. So we got to get her used to that, because that's how people are going to guard her. But that's a compliment. We try to tell her all the time, that's a compliment. You got Koulibaly from Texas A&M on you. You have the best defenders on you. But it's frustrating to her. But that should be a compliment to you.
Mm-hmm.
Time for one more question.
Coach, if you can try to put into words what Asia's been to this program over the last 2 years you've been there.
I think if I could say anybody's the most like me, it's Asia. She gets my intensity. She gets why we push so hard. I'm talking as a basketball player now. She just gets it. She gets it why I'm yelling. She gets why I get so mad when people don't play hard. Because she's constantly doing that. I barely, and I'm sure it makes people jealous that I don't ever yell at Asia. Do I yell at you?
Nah. She don't have to,
Yeah, because she plays hard all the time. My things are play hard, be a great teammate, and talk, and, just have energy, and she does all those things, right? And somebody like Asia, we have to, actually take out of practice, okay, calm down, we got a game, you got to play 40 minutes, and to have a player like that on your team is very special to a coach. Off the court, I mean, she's like my child. She's just, I mean, everybody loves her. She, she's a devout Christian. She, believes in all the things that I believe in, and so obviously we're going to have a relationship for life. It's not going to end after this season's over. She's going to go play somewhere for sure. I'm very sure, and they're going to be so lucky to have her because she's got all the intangibles that every single coach wants, and especially a point guard. Boy, you want that. You definitely want that.